Okay, so we're in the season of Sefirat HaOmer, the counting to the Omer. This is every Jewish holiday. Like, the Jewish holidays just fill our lives, and they consume us with theme for our lives and how we're supposed to interact with the world and what we're supposed to pay attention to and all sorts of things. Just like the Torah portion, it has relevance to our daily life. Every Jew in the world is going through the same Torah portion, the same Daf Yomi portion, like all this stuff in a cyclic nature. But anyway, the season of Sefirat HaOmer it's not really, so people know that you're supposed to work on yourself, but they don't really understand what season this is. So this is the season of Katnut. Katnut is smallness. So we think of Sefirat HaOmer, so Sefirat, when we think of Sefirot, we think of circular things, right? Spheres. So what is circular and small? It's a seed, okay? It's a seed. So this is the season of planting things into our lives, right? Preparing things for the growth season ahead. So Sefirat HaOmer, seeds, planting, yeah. So anyway, what seeds are you putting in the ground during this time? Because it's going to produce a fruit that's going to be multiplied on top of that. So many fold, thousands fold, generations fold, okay? A tree came from a little seed. Let's say an apple tree came from a little apple seed. Did you guys ever hear of Victor Miller's lecture, Shior, on the apple? And he says, like, you know, there's this person, they got an apple, and let's say you bit into the apple, and oh, well, there's a silver dollar, and you're thinking, wow, that's amazing. But most people don't realize that silver dollar is literally worthless compared to the seeds. That seed inside the apple, we consider it nothing and we just throw it away. That seed inside the apple, it has the DNA to multiply apple trees for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, infinitely. Orchards upon orchards upon orchards. And we forget the greatness of Hashem and all these created things around us. But I wanted to talk specifically about things like, what seeds are you planting for the entire world? What seeds are you planting that are going to multiply over and over and over again? The fruit of what you're planting is going to multiply throughout history. Are you planting the right seeds for that? Are you planting the seeds for Geula, for the redemption? Are you planting the seeds for Ahavat Yisrael, love of all Israel? Are you planting the seeds for just you name it? So in the theme of that, I feel that it's really important that, so I was trying to have an exchange, a debate with a Messianic rabbi over some topics, and it didn't get to that. It just unfolded as personality attacks. And so once a person is made aware of so whenever someone normally does something, maybe it's not right. Okay, so it's typically nature. A lot of times it's our nature to just kind of do that because this is what we learn from the world around us and things like that. And we shouldn't necessarily be learning lessons from the world and the people at work who are cursing and speaking bad and talking flippantly about other people and their wives and their everything, and you know, the rest of life that they don't know how to deal with appropriately. But once somebody is told something, it goes from an unintentional sin. Once it's brought to their attention, it goes from an unintentional sin, which is easy to get atonement for, to an intentional sin, especially if they continue in that direction. Intentional sin is extremely difficult to acquire atonement for. Okay, this is the Jewish perspective, because in Christianity, like, Jesus takes away everything, and you can go, like, you can cuss and you can say the F-bomb and everything else. Like, I see, Christian men that, like, they'll play their Christian music and everything else, and then they'll talk dirty about all kinds of other stuff, and it's completely inappropriate. So Christianity, they don't work on themselves. In Judaism, we do. Why? Because it's extremely important. We can obtain atonement for unintentional sins. It becomes extremely hard to obtain atonement for intentional sins. In many cases, it takes a lot of time. A lot of time. And in some cases, it can't be atoned for without other things like death, burial, and decay of the body. Those are actually forms of atonement in Judaism. Death, the process of death, the decay of the body. Okay? So, and that's one reason why, that's another reason why we don't see that Jesus obtained atonement for, and just the way that it happened, there's no way that could happen, but there's no way that he could have obtained complete atonement because his body did not decay. He was supposedly resurrected, and, there's certain forms of atonement for all of the whole process of, But anyway, forget about that. So I am not going to continue to attempt to debate this Messianic rabbi because I don't think that it's good for the world. It plants these seeds of bullying and denigration. If that's what it shows people how to deal with. If you're going to you come up against somebody who has an opposing ideology and bully and denigrate them, that is not an appropriate way to deal with things, and therefore it's not something I want to continue with. It's just like the thing that comes to mind is the Hasidic story of there's a thief that comes and robs someone's home, and the homeowner catches him. He sees him, and the thief runs out. He's still got a few things in his hand, but he runs off, and the homeowner runs off after him. He says, "Whatever's in your hand, you can keep it. It's yours. It's a gift." Because the homeowner doesn't want the thief to be guilty of sin, and we're responsible for each other. So if there's somebody that's going to continue in their way, this is for all manner of your life. Don't keep prodding the bear. Don't keep, if you know that they're going to react in that same way intentionally after it was unintentional, it's best to distance yourself from it. I'm going to do a shiur tonight about anger from a work of a great Mukubal, Rabbi Daniel Frisch. So some of you might not know of him. Some of you, if you know of him, you know that he's a great Mukubal. He's pure Kabbalah, right? Not the crazy pop culture stuff. He's legit. And that's actually one of the ways how you can almost discern which type of Kabbalah somebody is. If it's the popular, almost like occultic Kabbalah, that's, the Madonna craziness, the bird craziness, or if it's like a legit Torah-centered Kabbalah, it's because it's completely different. It's almost night and day, and you can feel a difference. So aside from that, I just want to put that message out there. I'm not going to debate that rabbi. There's no point in it. It's not good for the world. It's not good for anything. It just propagates the wrong seeds. And this is the season where we absolutely need to pay attention to what we plant into this world. So thank you. Have a good night. God bless everybody. I hope that everybody makes the appropriate decisions. And you also need to look into your own lives. If you have leaders in your life that how they treat other people, how they the things that they value. And there's a lesson that we can learn in man, I was even thinking about this, and then I come across a lecture from one of the guys that I listened to, and he was just said the same thing, and it just, that's those things that compound on top of, that this is the right thing, is that basically, if there's a Torah reading and somebody mispronounces a single letter or a single vowel, the lowliest person can correct them. If you're in Pesuki de Zimra and someone mispronounces a word and nobody's correcting them, the lowliest person in the room can correct the leader, right? And if the leader continues in the wrong path, then they're absolutely not a leader. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share. I am going now to do, like I said, there's some viewers that want some good content for men, stuff that men are challenged with, and this is about anger by the great Mukubal. He died in 2005 or 7, I think 2005. He wrote an entire commentary on the Zohar. But this is specifically a discourse about anger, and it's very good. So without further ado, I'm going to end this video and go to that one. So God bless.